What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Scary Hour. And we back, man. We back. We're here with another week. Yet another week, another episode. Thank God, bro, because you feel me? Motherfuckers been dying like flies out here. Like, niggas been getting murdered everywhere. You feel me? Motherfuckers been getting murdered everywhere. You feel me? And we gotta thank the Lord that we live in another day. We gotta thank the Lord. That's a weird ass intro. Depressing ass intro. Like, what's up? I gotta take my glasses off. I think that's what it is. I just gotta take my glasses off. Relax. You feel me? Gotta chill. Mac. But yeah, yo. It's been a great week for me. Very busy week. Doing a whole lot of grown up shit. This adults and shit is not it. Fuck all of that. And yeah, that's really ain't shit much going on in my life. I was supposed to have somebody over for you guys today. But unfortunately, what I wanted to do was just keep things as professional / relaxed as possible. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what I mean by that is I want people to come in with an energy that's not like what you're doing coming into the podcast and doing the episode and recording with me. It doesn't become a burden on you or your schedule or it doesn't feel like it's a thing that you have to do. I want you to feel comfortable enough to come in, prepared enough to come in and have deep, well-rooted conversations with me. And I want to give guests their time to want to jot down a few notes or not or whatnot to want to talk about on the podcast and shit like that, rather than just free willingly just coming in and having nothing to talk about. That's of course unless we have that bond that is unmatched and we don't need to jot down anything. And then we're like great fucking friends and we know what the fuck, we just spark conversations. But that's most likely not going to be the case on majority of the fucking podcasts that I have that include guests in them. So I spoke to the guests that I had planned for this week, and I let them know, hey, let's just leave this for the near future. I want you to jot down a couple things. So that's all I ask from you. It's just, whatever comes to mind throughout these next few weeks, jot it down on your notes or whatnot. And we could touch base on it together. And we could have these long form conversations. By long form, I mean like 2 hours, 3 hour long podcast where it's just we run out of stuff to talk about. You know what I mean? Instead of just setting a time and being like, oh, we have to stop at the 1 hour and 30 minute mark, or we have to stop at this certain amount of time. No, I want to have a conversation where it's like we have nothing else to talk about because we've spoken about absolutely everything. So, the invite was a little bit rushed. I probably should have hit him up weeks before. And I only hit him up about a week and a half before this episode. So, but we got things, we're on the same page. And this is just a learning experience. It's only my second or third guest in the podcast, but I look to have multiple individuals coming in on a weekly basis, for your entertainment, for your knowledge, people that are currently in college or have already graduated and know what the fuck they're talking about. Even if like 10 minutes of the fucking entire podcast is what we talk about that has shit to do with whatever major they're on or whatever fucking skill they have that they want to, elaborate on or whatnot. Or if they don't at all, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you get this perspective from an individual that's at least sort of well-rounded enough to get through college. Cause, hey man, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. But this is why we are in the stage that we're in right now. You know what I mean? This is why we're doing what we're doing right now, because I might as well double down on what I know how to do best, and that's talking. So if you haven't gotten tired of me already, I'll give you a few more episodes. But yeah, man, that's the main focus of the podcast. That's the main focus of what we got going on here. I be saying we, when in reality it just really be me. But I say we because I want it, like, this wouldn't be a thing without you guys. And so I look down so much, I look like I'm reading on a script. But I swear I just be trying to fucking think my words through and actually make my words make sense, instead of me just talking and making no sense. So, but yeah, it's like, I say we because, I view the people who view my podcast and are here with me as a collective. You know what I mean? Like, we're a group. So that's why you always hear me say we. But at the end of the day, in reality, I'm the only one here in this fucking room. I'm the only one behind the computer screen editing. I'm the one setting up and all of this shit. So I'm the only one who gives a fuck about my podcast, which is totally fine. And I'm cool with it because this is therapeutic, as I've said many times before in previous episodes. It's a very therapeutic, and this is why I mainly do it. All that other bullshit is here today and gone tomorrow. Nah, but yeah, all that other shit, it'll come if it do or if it don't. You feel me? I remember the only time I ever the main reason I got attracted to a podcast. I remember it was because I literally looked at the fucking episode number, and I was just like, 1,200 episodes? What the fuck? I'm like, and they drop weekly? Gang, you've been doing this shit for years, bro. Like, what the fuck? So that was mainly the reason why I even got attracted to podcasts. It was just literally the longevity. So I already knew that coming into listening to whatever podcast I was listening to, which I believe was Joe Rogan Experience, I was thinking to myself, like, these motherfuckers are used to being behind a camera and in front of a camera and behind a mic. They know how to, not have awkward ass moments, even though of course it happens, but it doesn't happen as much as it does with me. For example, it fucking happens almost every fucking episode. But this is only episode 31, 32. So it's like, but yeah, man, it's and part of another reason I got inspired was because I remember hearing Joe Rogan talk about how he only had a few, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like a few hundred people watching his podcast back at the beginning. And he was actually a figure, so it makes sense for him to have some type of like viewership. And yeah, it was like, okay, you know what? Look at where the fuck the motherfucker's at right now. You know what I mean? Then this nigga's up there. Even though I've been seeing a couple clips of him losing it lately, or whatnot. But at the end of the day, yeah, that is my podcast godfather. But yeah, man, that has been my drive, my inspiration to continue doing this, and continue, going hard at what I want to do, and that's still this. You know what I mean? I was gonna walk in this bitch today smoking a hookah, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just save that for the editing stage of this whole shit. Eat some food while I smoke some hookita, and edit my video or whatnot, get shit situated or whatnot. But yeah, it's like this is the reason why I made it. This is the reason why I've created Scary Hour. It's because I have the freedom to make choices like that. Even though to some or many, it may seem like, the fucking stupid ass choice or some shit that you just decide to do right there on the spot or whatnot. But the fact that I have the freedom to do so is the reason why I've created this platform. So, but yeah, it's very free. It feels very free. It feels very free. It does. But yeah. But yeah, guys, it's I came across this thing that was talking to me about this is such a different topic, but we're gonna get right into it. This is a post that I saw of a man that he seen his dick shrink because after he caught COVID, an inch and a half. An inch and a half, bro. I ain't gonna lie. An inch and a half is a lot, bro. Not even like half an inch. Like an inch and I should not be talking about this and grabbing the mic the way I was grabbing the mic. Pause. Big pause. Big P. Nah, but yeah, it's an inch and a half is a lot. If you were 7, you go down to a 5.5. Exactly. If you were 5, you go down to 3.5. That's crazy. That's a big ass change, bro. That's a big ass change. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'll get a dick implant. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I think I'll get a dick implant. That shit is, I've heard a lot about it recently. Like I heard about people talking about it and shit like that. I also heard of like people that can make themselves taller now. They do this whole bone marrow incision thing on your fucking shin, and within like a few fucking weeks or a month or some shit like that, you're like, you go from like fucking 5'9" to like fucking 6'1", which doesn't seem like. It seems like the type of shit that'll make you like run different, fucking walk different. Seems like the type of shit that eventually it will catch up to you or affect you in a way that's like, okay, you're taller, but kind of can't really jump that much because you could easily like, your shin could easily break in half. It's shit like that. It's shit like that I be thinking about, that I just be like, ooh, am I really gonna go all out to try to make myself look taller or be taller? Because essentially you're gonna be taller, and replace that with fucking, or lose the ability to fucking jump as high as I want, or as high as I can, or fucking run as fast as I can, or as fast as I used to, or fucking, I don't know, fucking, or walk different, whatever. But yeah, it's I came across that, and I was just like, whoa, what the fuck? As if these kids nowadays, this generation isn't growing fucking big enough. My nigga, I seen a fucking 13-year-old motherfucker was taller than me. I'm 5'9". I'm not the tallest guy. I'm average height. But this motherfucker was like 6'2", bro. I'm like, my nigga, what the fuck? Your parents play ball? Like, who play ball in your family? Nobody. Motherfucker just tall. Who you got tall parents? No. Niggas be having fucking 5'2" dad with a 5'1" mom, and niggas be like fucking 6'3", bro. I'm like, where? Genetics where, bro? Where? I don't know. But I have a theory. I have a little bit of a theory, and I think that if I'm being honest, I feel like the only reason I didn't grow taller than I should have was because I stunted my growth smoking hookah and having nicotine intakes. I was seeing that tobacco and such thing that gives you nicotine can stunt your growth spurt, and your development period, especially as a teen. Primarily as a teen. It makes perfect sense. I was like fucking 14. I'm smoking hookah, being like 5'7", and I probably caught my fucking growth spurt right there and was like halted the shit out of that. And the most I grew was 5'9". When if I probably would have let go of all of that and focused on just solely doing kid shit and running around and fucking playing ball, going to the park every fucking day and using up all of my energy, I probably would have grown fucking, I don't know, but taller than 5'9". And then again, around that time, I was hiding from doing shit like that, doing shit like hookah and shit like that. So I wasn't smoking it as often. Therefore, it's kind of arguable whether if it was that or if it's just genetics. My dad is 5'10", 5'11". My mom is like 5'6", and I'm 5'9", right in the middle. And unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with I'ma surpass my parents like a motherfucker and be twice my mom's height and like half my dad and a half away from him. But it's like, fuck it. I'm in between. I'm in the between. Fuck it. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I be feeling it for motherfuckers that be like 5'5". That shit is crazy. But I haven't seen one in a while. That's what I'm saying. This generation is going crazy, bro. This generation be having these fucking 13-year-olds 5'4", bro. Nah, I dragged it. These 13-year-olds be like fucking be 6 feet, bro. These 13-year-olds be taller than me, my nigga. I be like, you're fucking 14? What the fuck? Like, why? Why are you so fucking big? Wait, you play sports? Nah, bro. I usually just be playing Fortnite. I'm about to sit more often. The fuck, nigga? Like, damn. But yeah, that was my whole. I went off on a whole tangent. But yeah, it's I don't know what it is. I wonder how tall my kids gonna be. Like, what the fuck? I hope my kids could turn out fucking bigger than me. Cause we make it to the A, baby. I don't know what A, but whichever A, we gonna make it. NBA, fucking MLB. There's no A on that. But we gonna make it official. We gonna make it all the way if we gonna do something. We gonna do something. I don't know, WNBA, whatever. Fucking gymnast, whatever. But yeah, these kids is really on crack. I don't know what type of crack they on, but I'm trying to have some, whatever the crack they on. Even though I'm 24 years old, and I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna grow no more than this. Speaking of body development, though, I want to talk to you guys because I'm so fucking happy. So, approximately today, at the time of this recording, which is January 18th, my mother left a month ago, or my family left a month ago. So today's the official 1 month anniversary of me living by myself. And since my family has left, I've lost about 13 to 14 pounds. When my family, before my family left, I was about 199, like literally 1 pound away, 1 or 2 pounds away from 200. And today, this morning, I weighed myself 184. And big part of the weight drop hasn't even been exercising. It's been more so my eating, and how well I've been managing my food and taking morning fasts seriously, and having a strict diet of eating good foods, but only twice a day. Eating at 12 p.m. and then eating again later on at 7 p.m. and before bed, and not indulging myself in fucking these chips and dips, or whatever little snacks you could get in the middle of the night, and just because you're bored and you just want to stuff your face. I've been going. I've went grocery shopping twice already throughout this month, and not once did I buy like anything that was a fucking any little junk food or anything like that. So I'm very happy with myself in terms of like the discipline that I'm creating currently, because I keep in mind always that if I remember from the first time I heard this, it stuck with me. But it's 50% exercise, 50 healthy foods, and what you eat and what you put in your body, what you use to fuel your body. So ever since I've seen that, I've had it stuck in my head. There's been times where I've gone to the gym and busted my ass bugging like for months upon months, and seeing a little bit of a progress, but in part because of the fact that my eating habit was horrible. And if you're fueling your body with shit that doesn't make fucking sense, that your body does not need, and overstuffing your face with food, your body's not going to develop or progress the way you want it, or as fast as you want it. Obviously, there's no way to cheat the process, because regardless, you have to put in the grind time. Regardless, you have to go hard and have that discipline on going to the gym and setting yourself to that routine. And if you're gonna go to the gym every day, or 5 days of the week, or every other day of the week, then you do so, and you're sticking to that, and you have your routine. You know what you're doing on Wednesdays. You know what you're doing on Fridays. You tell your friends you can't go out because you couldn't really make it to the gym earlier today, so this is the perfect time to make it, because you're not going to miss the gym just because it's a little late. You know what I mean? Like, making the gym your priority, which is my next step. I'm very happy that I got, that I'm getting, because I'm still not at the weight that I want to be at. That I'm getting my eating habit and my eating routine set up, solely because I feel like it is so easy to fall off the rails when it comes to food, and it's so easy to indulge yourself in these horrible processed foods, and it's also a little hard to set a certain diet for yourself, because not a lot of us are well informed on how to. You have to do your own research and like go crazy on trying to understand these different foods and shit that you're about to start making in your own crib, which is another thing too. I've been holding myself back from ordering out and having takeout and shit like that. So I've been, with the little bit of food shopping that I've been doing, I've been buying things that I can do in my own house. And then like I would just call my mom, because I'm just now learning how to cook. So I would call my mom and just be like, "Yo, Ma, can you teach me how to season chicken breast? Can you teach me how to season salmon? Can you teach me how to, do all these different shit Teach me how. I didn't even know how to make rice, bro. Keep it a bug with you. She taught me. So it's things like that that I that I am learning to do, and that is the reason why I've lost so much weight. And I'm happy as fuck, and it's so motivating. It is so motivating. I don't weigh myself every day, but I do weigh myself a lot of the days of the week. It's not like an everyday thing because I sometimes forget. So I just be running out of the house. But I know for a fact that I'm not moving up or moving too far down because I stick to my routine. I stick to my, the previous routine that I've been doing for the past month. And I was forced to do that because mom's not home no more. I can't just come home to a plate full of food. I feed myself now. So, yeah. I'm so fucking I'm happy. I'm happy that it's the adulting is hard, but I'm happy that we're here doing this because it's hard, and a lot of people get depressed about it, and they stay depressed about it because it's okay to get depressed. It's cool to get depressed, like, bro. Niggas be depressed every day, bro. Every other day, motherfuckers be depressed about a lot of shit, and it could be little ass shit too, at that. So, but they be people that can't get over the hump, because it's hard to get over the hump. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'm getting over the hump. Because I'm envisioning, I'm seeing everything that I have in the palm of my hands right now, and I'm so grateful. And it's crazy because I know how I was trying to be very grateful at the beginning, because I have my own things, and that's something to be very grateful about. But I was forcing myself to be grateful about it because I know it was the right thing to do. It's right to be grateful about things, especially when only when it's good things. You know what I mean? Or especially when there's good things. But I was forcing myself to do so, and now I am coming to the understanding as to specifically why I should be grateful and why, God is putting me in the position that I'm in. And it's probably for that. It's probably just to teach me gratefulness and to teach me how to be grateful and when to be grateful and what is to be grateful. So we're here. We're doing that. And it's a process, but I see that I'm appreciating the things that I have more than ever, more so now than ever before. And you know what's crazy? I'm starting to miss the fact that I didn't really appreciate as much as I should have, because I was always an appreciating kid, like a appreciative like child growing up. But I feel like I could have appreciated my time with my family even more. Back when I would think to myself, damn, I should, spend more time with my siblings, or I should, go out with my mom and do this, that, and the third with my mom, and stop being such an introvert and whatnot. And regardless, I'll pick that phone up and forget about that thought and just watch a video on YouTube, and those are things that I think about right now. That's like, oh, fuck, man. Like, I had so much time to do, to show all that, and I didn't. So, but it's a process. But yeah, anyways, yeah, man, it's I'm very blessed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very blessed. And I just love the process. Like, I really do love the process. I said anyways, like I'm changing the conversation, but I just wanted to, stay on this topic a little bit because I'm getting to a level of happiness that I haven't been in a while. Because, I feel like everybody goes through it at the beginning of their 20s. And I'm now getting into a stage where it's becoming the norm. Adulting I'm used to it. This is what it is. I am getting a grip of it. Some people get a grip of it and get it faster than others. This is my case. I don't know if this is a good amount of time for you. But whatever it is, man. And I feel like when you take a road of the such that you're like constantly, not worried about nobody else. You're not worried about the things you should do. And you just let life come at you and free flow at you. I feel like God puts everything that you need and want right there on the table for you. Because you're busting your ass and you're working so hard and you're not focused on the wrong things. You're focused on the right things and you're just trying your best to live a regular life and trying your best to live a life, because it's hard to live a life. And I feel like that's what he's doing. Normally I'm the type of person that I don't even like to talk about that shit or shit like this, because motherfuckers be wishing bad on you on a daily. And I could be talking about this and there could be that one nigga that could just be like, nigga, fuck this nigga's whole shit. Like, fuck that nigga whole shit. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. Ain't nobody give a fuck, nigga. Man up. And I don't give a fuck. I'm coming up to a point where it's like, I feel like I've matured past giving a fuck about what you label me as, or what I'm supposed to act like, or how I'm supposed to react about a certain situation, or how do you want me to react? I'm past that. I've grown over that level of maturity, and I've surpassed it. But it's like I'm getting comfortable with speaking about whatever goals I have, or I've accomplished, or things that I have in mind. Because although, yes, I believe in people manifesting things and speaking things about things so much to the point where eventually you're throwing it out in the world and it's gonna happen to you, whether if it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm a big believer in that, but it's also like, if that's the case, then you should. When you're a believer of that, I feel like you should speak about the good things. Because if you speak so much on good things, they're going to happen. You know what I mean? Because you're throwing it out there. It sounds a little hippie. It sounds a little bit of hip vibes coming through, but it is what it is, man. It's exactly that. And I feel like if you're gonna be if you a big believer in manifestation, you might as well speak on the things that you want to achieve, the goals that you have achieved, the things you've accomplished in your life, because you're gonna continue accomplishing things because you're speaking about them, whether or not you're talking to a hater or not. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I feel like that person that's hating on you is gonna come to their senses, and then just be like, I ain't gonna lie, everything this nigga does bothers me. But right now, if I'm being real, I'm being a real hater. I ain't gonna lie to you. Fuck that nigga, but I'm being a big ass hater right now. And I feel like everybody gets to that point. I feel like, I've caught myself before. I'll be honest, I've caught myself before being like a low key hater. All because I ain't fuck with the person. And I would see myself and I'd just be like, look at you. Being all judgy about somebody who's completely happy about the positive things that's going on in their life. And that's what social media does to you. I've spoken about this before. That's exactly what social media does to you. It makes you compare yourself to others. Meanwhile, that person's book is completely different than yours. Has a whole different narrative, a whole different story, a plot, a different fucking everything, bro. And you're over here comparing your story, who hasn't even been, it's still in the progress, to somebody else's stories who is also still in the progress. But if something were to happen to that person, something big, something drastic, something very negative, you're going to think back to yourself and be like, well, at least I'm still here. Or at least I'm still in this position. What the fuck? Look at me. Why the fuck was I hating on that person? You know what I mean? And if you don't know what I mean, I'm sorry, because I probably make no sense. I'm tired as fuck. I'll tell you that much. I slept 6 hours yesterday. Which typically it's enough for me, but the day before that I only slept like 2 hours and a half because I was having too much fun. So, and I had to work the next day. So, when you sleep like 2 hours and a half on a day, and the next day your body needs 8+ the minimum, and I give my body 6. So I am tired. I'm currently tired and looking forward to go to sleep. But yeah, man, it's to go back on what we were talking about. Yeah, it really is like that. And I feel like, how can I say? Even the people that be like, oh, don't say nothing, just move in silence. Okay, but you're like, motherfuckers be posting that shit on the gram or posting that shit for everybody else to see. It's like, all right, bro, now you're giving us as in, I'm putting myself in like a hater's shoe. You're giving us a hint that you're working on something that you're keeping on the low and you're keeping away from us. So if I'm a hater, I hope that whatever that is, you don't succeed in it. You don't fall through with it, or it fails or whatnot. Why? Because you decided to give me a hint by that little post you posted talking about, oh, all you have to do is just move in silence. Like, just shut the fuck up, nigga. Just don't show anything, bro. Like, shut up. Like, that's literally what I be doing. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna just focus on this. And when I get it, if I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Or that's at least how I used to do it. Because now I've gone to the point where I don't give a fuck what the fuck I post on the gram or how often I post on the gram. I literally just post news on my story. And if I'm feeling myself that day, I'll post my face a little bit. And even then, I don't like to post that. It's not even like a lack of confidence or anything like that. It's just, don't really care for it. Don't really care for it. I don't feel like putting too much. Like, I'm the type of nigga that think too much about shit. I'm going to think too much about posting that boomerang. I'm going to think too much about posting that picture and the way it should be posted and whatnot. Or the way it's edited and the lighting and all of that shit. That requires too much of my time that I could be devoting to something else. Something completely else, man. Like, it's shit like that, But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I've seen motherfuckers on my, I ain't gonna lie, I have people on my gram that are fucking infatuated with social media. They literally post all of their business on social media. They literally post everything on social media. They let motherfuckers know that when they're sad so they could get some sympathy. They let motherfuckers know when they're angry so they know they're on demon time. They let niggas know when they're happy, which I feel like is the only exception. But even then, they let niggas know when they're depressed. Like, bro, what? Come on, bro. Come on. And it's like, I don't know. It's dumb as fuck. It's stupid as shit. I don't know. This has been another episode of Scary Hour. This has been another episode of Scary Hours, y'all. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope your week last week was a fire ass week. Shit was dope as fuck, and you enjoyed it. And I hope this week coming up is even better than that one. So, love you all. Thank you so much for your support. It's much appreciated. And if you can, leave a like or comment something. Show your support in any way, even if it's just your view, and you listening or whatever platform you're listening from, whether if it's Apple Podcasts, iTunes, or YouTube. But yeah, have a good week. Deuces.